right, so we are now on box 11, and I've selected a slightly smaller box because it's almost supper time, so I'm going to need to take a break to go make supper here. And then in this one, I have Power Grid, the card game. So I watched a tutorial on it, and it looks really interesting. So it's all about like the bidding and collecting of the different cards for the so that you have the different power plants to create and the resources without the map from what it looks like. And it looks like it's really interesting. So bought this one at Christmas time. Still just need to get it to the table. Then I have, well, the Cone of Shame from the Exploding Kitten game. So I don't even know if I have this one. Which one is this for? Is it the Imploding expansion? So, because I don't have the Imploding expansion, so, but apparently I have the Cone of Shame. And then I have Letter Jam, and Letter Jam is not my game, but I actually packed it. So I need to give these ones back to their owners, but it's one of the, where you have words, you have letters in front of you, and they'll spell the word, but you don't know what they are because they're facing out, and then people will kind of put different word clues together, and then kind of point out, like they'll put a clue together, and then the answer will be a variety of letters that are out, and from that you're trying to figure out which letters you have and what your word is. It was interesting, but yeah. And then I have Go Nuts for Donuts, and this one kind of reminds me a bit of Sushi Go. It's a set collection game, and you have all these different donuts that are going to score differently. And then on your turn, you'll kind of have the donuts in a row, and then you'll pick on like 1, 2, whatever number, I think 6 or 7, depending on the number of player. And then you'll pick which donut you want, so you put the number down, and then you reveal at the same time. And if you have the same number, you don't get a donut. So you want to try to be unique. So you're trying to, I think she's going to go for that, but she's got a lot of points. I'm going to put that one. So hopefully she doesn't get it, or, so a little bit of that. Go Nuts for Donuts. It's a neat game. So we played it not too long ago, and it was good. In here, I have the miniatures for Dice Throne Season 1 and Season 2 for the Dice Throne Adventure game. And I bought these secondhand. And I think they're painted miniatures. Let me have a look. I bought these a little while ago, and then I packed them up almost right away. Oh yeah, they look good. Look at that. So each character is represented in there, and then it's when you play the adventure version, which basically takes your dice throne and turns it into a dungeon crawl. Then you can use this instead of your standees. And then this was gifted to me by my mom. She found it at a thrift store, and I just like the 70s type look to it. And it's called Game Rooms. So it's kind of like a trivia game, but it just looked kind of cutesy for what it was. I'm thinking this will be more like a decoration for me than an actual game I would play, but I really like the look of it. So we've got that. Then we have, oh, that's good. We have baggies. I really packed everything. When you're reorganizing games, sometimes you just gotta get some baggies because there's not always enough. And on the same note, we have elastics for same reason. And then I have a little bag that my friend went to Korea, and she brought these back, and then they're just a regular set of dice, and it's basically to play like Farkle, the dice game. And I would have this in my purse, and just whenever we could play a quick game of Farkle, the dice game, and then that was just handy for that. Then I have Paperback, and Paperback is a deck building word game, or so I've never played it yet. I've heard great things about it. So how is it looking? It looks great. You put it on the thing, and it looks like books. So I'm really excited to get this one played. I've heard amazing things about it, and then somebody was selling this copy secondhand, so I decided to buy it. So Paperback. And then I also have Tanchokori. So Tanchokori is basically Dominion, which is a deck building game, and you have all these cards in the middle that you're purchasing, but they're kind of like an anime style. My son is big into the anime, so I figured I would get that, and it's a neat game. We enjoyed it. I also have in here an envelope which had extra legendary cards because I had purchased legendary encounters and there wasn't enough cards and there wasn't nearly as many cards as it said it should have. So I contacted the Upper Deck game and they sent me some extra ones. So thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it so that I can organize my game. And then I have another Codename in here, Codename Duet. So this is Codename, the 2-player version. And it's neat, like you're both given clues at the same time. You're both playing on the same grid, but you have different maps. You have different words. You're trying to get the other player to guess. But other than that, it plays pretty much the same as Codename. And then in here, I also have a few more of those 3D metal puzzle and you're trying to figure out how to get them apart. I get them for the kids at Christmas as a stocking stuffer, so we have a few of those kicking around. And then I have Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. So from what I understand, it plays very much like Gloomhaven. The first 5 scenarios are kind of simplified version and they slowly introduce all the rules of Gloomhaven. And then the other difference is each map, there's a book of map that you would turn onto that page and it sets it up. While in Gloomhaven, you got to put all the tiles together and all the elements of the map together. This is a campaign game. We're about halfway through, me and Lee. And it's been a lot of fun. I've sure enjoyed this one. Oh, it's backwards. Wow. This happens like more and more. And this game is packed full. The things that are in here just barely fit. And this is one that, me and Lee would kind of pull out and play a scenario every once in a while, and it's been a lot of fun. So Gloomhaven. I also have Codename Simpsons, and I bought this for my kid for Christmas, and he loves it. And we've played it, and it's a lot of fun. And I've played the Harry Potter one, and I did enjoy that one very much because my family didn't know Harry Potter enough, and I didn't know enough from Harry Potter to kind of really be able to give proper successful clues. But Simpsons, we know enough for this, so we've been able to play the Simpsons for that, and it's been interesting. We've enjoyed that one quite a bit. And then I have Boggle. I grew up on this game. My parents used to play it all the time, and I would sit down and play along. And the whole purpose I had was just to try to knock 1 or 2 words off my parents' list because I had no chances to actually win until you would slowly get better and better and better. And what a great way to, kind of work on your vocabulary and that sort of stuff. I used to play this in French when I was a kid. We play it in English now because most of my family members now don't speak French. My spouse and my stepkids, well, neither of my kids really, honestly. So Boggle, that one is great. And then my kids at one point showed interest in Dungeons and Dragons, so I got this set of Dungeons and Dragon books. So we have Player's Handbook, the Monster Manual, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and then this is, I think, the 4th edition one. So they were thrilled with it. They kind of flipped through it, but I don't think they ever played Dungeons and Dragons. But if they ever decide to, it's here ready to go. And it kind of looks good on the shelf anyways. And then the last, no, not quite the last. And then I also have in here Alien, The Fate of the Nostromo. And I bought this one recently. And me and Nick played it. And you're kind of going through the ship, and the alien is on board, and you're trying to survive, and all sorts of stuff happens, and then you'll come across the alien, and it sends you flying like in another area, but you've got these goals you're trying to accomplish so that you can get out of there. So this was a really neat one. I've enjoyed this one, but I've only played it the one time, so kind of looking forward to playing it again. And I think the first time we played, we didn't make it. The alien got us. And then I also have my nephew for a school project that were kind of an entrepreneurial project. They had to make a product that they would sell. And he had gotten a bunch of pieces of plywood that he painted and made signs. And this is the one that I got, and it's I always win. No, I really don't, but it was a great sign to have in the game room. So I'll put that there for now with my other signs. I always win. So that was kind of a neat decoration, and then support my nephew for his school project. So that's it for box 11. So be sure to tune in tomorrow and find out what's in box 12 of Melanie's board game collection. And as we go, we're putting the games on the shelf, but it's not organized in any way. So once I'm done doing this series of all the unboxing, you have to make sure you tune in and see the big reveal of what the game looks like once they're all out, all organized, and what organizational system I decided to go with. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, so be sure to tune in for that. So bye, everybody.